Don't Take Everything Personally, by Nameless Saint. We naturally seek validation and approval from others. However, this desire for respect can make us vulnerable to taking things personally, especially when it comes to negative feedback. Criticism can be painful, and it's important to recognize that this is a normal human reaction. Recent scientific research has shed light on the brain's response to social evaluation. One study found that criticism from strangers triggered activity in the same brain regions associated with physical pain. This suggests that our brains perceive social pain in a similar way to physical pain. While it is natural to feel hurt by criticism, it's important not to let it control our lives. By recognizing the impact that criticism can have on us, we can learn to manage our emotional responses and build resilience. With practice and support, we can develop the skills necessary to stop taking things personally and improve our relationships with others. Do you find yourself feeling hurt or offended by even the slightest criticism or negative feedback? Do you constantly seek validation from others and feel your self-worth is tied to their opinions of you? If so, you may be one of the many people who tend to take things personally. While it's natural to care about what others think of us to some extent, taking things too personally can be detrimental to our mental health and relationships. Here are 7 common causes of this tendency. 1. Low self-esteem. People with low self-esteem may be more likely to take things personally because they rely heavily on external validation to feel good about themselves. 2. Fear of rejection. If you have a fear of rejection, you may take even minor criticism as a sign that someone is rejecting you, which can trigger feelings of shame and inadequacy. 3. Perfectionism. Perfectionists often set impossibly high standards for themselves and take any perceived failure or mistake as a personal failing. 4. Past experiences of criticism or rejection. If you've been criticized or rejected in the past, it can make you more sensitive to similar feedback in the future. 5. Over-identification with thoughts and emotions. People who over-identify with their thoughts and emotions may take criticism as a personal attack on their identity, rather than just an opinion or observation. 6. Lack of assertiveness and boundary-setting skills. If you struggle to assert yourself or set boundaries, you may feel like you have to please others at all costs, even if it means compromising your own values or needs. 7. Trauma. People who have experienced trauma, such as abuse or neglect, may be more likely to take things personally as a result of feeling unsafe or unsupported in their relationships. If you find yourself taking things personally, it's important to remember that you have the power to change this pattern. With practice, you can learn to differentiate between constructive feedback and personal attacks, build your self-esteem and resilience, and set healthy boundaries in your relationships. Seek support from a therapist or trusted friend to help you work through any underlying issues that may be contributing to this tendency. Remember, your worth is not determined by others' opinions of you. Indicators that you tend to take things personally. If you find yourself exhibiting the following behaviors, it's possible that others' viewpoints are impacting you negatively. Your happiness is reliant on the validation of others. You apologize excessively and prioritize pleasing others. You don't establish or uphold boundaries consistently. You're hesitant to decline requests. You accept all criticisms of yourself as true and internalize them. You perceive a misstep in conduct as a personal defect. You're prone to becoming defensive or irate. You fixate on recent discussions to the extent that it hinders your daily routine. Do you find yourself easily hurt or offended by criticism or negative feedback? Do you constantly seek validation from others and feel that your self-worth is tied to their opinions of you? If so, you may be one of the many people who struggle with taking things personally. While it is natural to care about what others think of us to some degree, taking things too personally can be detrimental to our mental health and relationships. Fortunately, there are ways to break this pattern and stop taking things personally. Here are some tips to help you get started. 1. Recognize your triggers. Take note of situations or comments that tend to trigger your emotional response, and be mindful of your reactions in those moments. This can help you better understand why you are taking things personally and work towards changing that behavior. 2. Separate fact from interpretation. Try to separate the facts from your interpretation of a situation. Ask yourself if there is evidence to support your reaction or if you are making assumptions based on your own biases or insecurities. 3. Practice self-compassion. Be kind and understanding towards yourself when you experience negative emotions. Remember that everyone makes mistakes and has flaws, and that doesn't diminish your worth as a person. 4. Develop assertiveness skills. Learn to assert yourself and communicate your needs and boundaries in a calm and respectful manner. This can help you feel more in control of a situation and less likely to take things personally. 5. Challenge negative self-talk. Notice when you are speaking negatively to yourself and try to reframe those thoughts in a more positive light. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm so stupid for making that mistake," try thinking, "Everyone makes mistakes, and I can learn from this." 6. Seek support. Talk to a trusted friend or therapist about your feelings and experiences. They can offer perspective and guidance on how to manage your emotions and build resilience. Remember, breaking the habit of taking things personally takes time and practice. Be patient with yourself and celebrate small victories along the way. With these tips and a willingness to change, you can stop taking things personally and improve your relationships with others. If you enjoy watching this video, kindly consider subscribing to my channel. New content is posted daily. Thank you, and may God bless you.